I used to be the best con artist. Before I was 19, I scammed $4 million. I pretended to be a pilot and flew over 3 million miles for free, visiting 26 countries. I pretended to be a pediatrician and even became a hospital administrator. I pretended to be a lawyer and became an assistant to the state's chief prosecutor. How does one become a top-tier con artist? It's actually pretty simple. All I had to do was get tricked by life, and life hit me hard. My father was a successful entrepreneur, and my parents had a great relationship. I thought I'd always be this happy. Then one day, I found out I'd been lied to. The person I once looked up to as a god was about to go bankrupt. The bank took the car, and we moved from a big house to a small apartment. They blamed everything on the government's unfairness. Not long after, I realized I'd been tricked a second time. My mom didn't love my dad and had gotten together with one of Dad's friends. I was forced to switch schools, wearing a suit and tie as my uniform. But who knew? The school bully immediately picked on me. He said I looked like a substitute teacher, and I had this crazy thought. I walked up to the front of the class, wrote my name on the board, and said, "I'm your substitute teacher." Nobody believed me, so I yelled, "Take your seats!" And somehow they believed. I pulled the bully out and made him read the lesson. Then, the real substitute teacher showed up, but I managed to get her out of there with just few words. That whole scene was exposed quick. The principal went to complain to my parents, but outside his office, I showed off my sharp observation skills. I saw a classmate's leave slip and immediately knew it was fake. There were no creases. Soon, life tricked me for the third time. My parents were getting a divorce. They actually made me choose sides, and that coldness completely broke me. I ran out of the house, leaving home. At 17, I had no money, so I started forging checks. At first, my skills were terrible. No one believed the check. I tried to play the poor, but was caught each time. Then, I saw a pilot. Pilots were really popular back then. They were surrounded by beautiful women, and kids lined up for autographs. That's when my new plan began. I pretended to be a reporter and interviewed airline executives, gathering key information. Then, I forged a pilot's license, called the airline pretending to be a pilot, found out where they made the uniforms. I ordered a uniform for myself. From then on, I was a pilot. With my pilot identity, I went to the bank with fake checks, and no one suspected me anymore. My check forging skills improved. I started buying model airplanes, scraping off the airline logos, and sticking them on fake payroll checks. Finally, I succeeded in exchanging them for large amounts of cash. From there, I began mass-producing models and forging checks in bulk. Soon, my scams leveled up. I started hitching free rides as a pilot, and even got myself a flight attendant girlfriend. But I wasn't satisfied.